Hey guys, I got my good friend and client Gary Kirkwood out in Manchester, and he's been smashing the YCB Academy 120-day muscle and shred. Gary, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, my name's Gary Kirkwood, 64 years of age,
Nice.
quite active. I've always loved my sport, tennis and golf at the moment, and do a bit of Pilates and stuff.
Awesome.
So yeah, live in Manchester, northwest of England.
Great. And you spend a lot of time out in Portugal and Spain, hey, in the sun?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, just spent a lot of time in Spain. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. All right, mate. So let's take 10 steps back. And where were you when you first started the program? Like, what was going on in your life? What was your fitness level like? Gary, what was going on before you started?
Yeah, I mean, I was reasonably active in terms of, doubles tennis with some older guys that I play with and golf, but not really. And I went to some Pilates classes at the gym, but I hadn't got any kind of structured training in place. And, I was just, and my diet wasn't great, as we've discussed on a few occasions.
That's too bad. Wasn't too bad, mate.
So yeah, I was, I wasn't sedate, but as I say, I didn't have any gym focus and any weights and any real focus on going the extra mile with the fitness, really.
Yeah, and that structure, right? Did you ever do much strength training before the academy? I don't think you did you?
No, I've never been a weights man, to be honest.
Yeah,
no.
I understand. But we got you training at home mainly anyway, right?
Yeah.
So you definitely enjoyed that. Awesome. Okay, so why did you actually join? What was the ultimate decision for joining then?
I think just a kickstart in, to try and get to a different level, try and get myself in shape, try and get in some good habits, try and get a bit more tones. I reckon my waist was, going bigger, and I didn't, because I don't do weights, I didn't have much tone. I was sort of always getting a few little injuries, and I don't know. You called, just came. I don't know. I can't remember how you got in touch, but it just came at a really opportune time. I thought, let's give it a go.
Yeah, I thought we were chatting, and like you said, you're into your sport, and I thought I could definitely help you, improve that. And I was quite intrigued that you 60 years young, that you've never lifted weights. I'm like, this could be really beneficial for you, I was thinking.
Yeah.
All right, absolutely. Awesome. So before you joined, or when you joined, was there anything you were worried about or anything you were skeptical about, Gary, when you joined?
Well, I suppose whether I'd have the focus and the motivation to really get stuck in and spend the time more or less every day, putting the time and the effort in, and whether I'd enjoy it, whether I'd lose focus, and whether I wouldn't see the program through, to be honest.
Okay, so a lot of worries there, a lot of concerns. But hopefully with the call, I reassured you, and I laid out how it worked.
I felt comfortable, and like you say, we got stuck in. We did a bit of conditioning to start, different phases, and I really enjoyed, as I said to you a number of times, I quite enjoyed the training.
Yeah, you actually look forward to your workouts at home now, right? You enjoy the strength stuff.
I do, I enjoy particularly the TRX. I think I mentioned that. I really enjoy that. Never used that in before, but I find it really not easy, but I find it quite easy to focus on the reps and getting stuck into it.
Yeah. I think a lot of guys think they always need the gym, Gary, and the reality is you just need to be smart with, what to use and a good structure at home, right? Yeah. Fantastic. All right, buddy, let's talk about these results. What kind of results did you achieve in the academy, and was there anything you were surprised about during the academy?
Yeah, I mean, the results were very good in terms of, it's funny. I got to this gym where they had I showed you some of the readings. They have a thing called body tracks, which you can monitor your BMI, visceral fat, your muscles, and it was amazing that the visceral fat was always something that worried me, which is fat around your vital organs, and that was sort of on amber, where they and that was, within after 8 to 10 weeks, that was back into green, and that just felt much more toned, and
good.
Yeah, it was good.
Awesome. I think one of the quickest changes was obviously your posture. I think that improved a lot. And that was really important for your sports, right? Because you play golf and tennis, is that right?
Golf and tennis mainly, yeah.
Yep. Okay. And you do that. You're quite into that, right? I think you train. How often do you play tennis and golf per week, buddy?
I play tennis 2 or 3 times a week. I love my tennis, and I play golf once, twice, sometimes 3 times a week, depending.
Wow.
So
See, that's good. Yeah. Very active, man. For sure. And I think obviously we saw that muscle gain, and obviously your waist dropped as well, right?
Yeah, my waist drops, as I say, particularly around the chest, around the waist, and we put a bit on. Even the wife was quite impressed with a few of the muscles and bit of form, and you can definitely tell. And a few people have commented, obviously, on the shape and the toning and the loss of weight. So,
fantastic. Yeah, you're looking great, mate. Well done. And I know, when we started, that wasn't your main focus. It wasn't always about the aesthetics, was it? Yeah.
No. As I said, I'm not a bodybuilder. Never have been. But I want to try and look my best. And as you get a bit older, you realise that you probably you need to focus a bit and knuckle down, and that certainly helped me to do that.
Yep. I'm glad, man. I'm glad you're looking good. What do you think was the best part of the program, or the best piece of advice during the program? Was it the nutritional side of things? Was it the training strategies? Was it the accountability calls and motivation? What do you think, buddy?
The things that really stand out for me were the smaller eating window. You focus on fluids. I was drinking nowhere near enough water. But the calls every week, you sort of look for. You don't want to be embarrassed, so it does motivate you to get stuck in and do the routines. And so there's a number of elements. The nutrition. The nutrition was good. The window of eating was good. It makes sense. The 8 hours, and certainly, and even my wife, my wife joined in with us as well. And
good.
Felt
and you're still doing that, right? Still doing the fasting
whenever possible. Whenever possible. Not always possible.
Awesome. And I got you on some supplements. I don't think you're doing supplements before this, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at these now on my desk. All sorts of zinc and garnish and vitamin D3 and magnesium omega-3. So something again I haven't done in the past, but again, that's been fine.
Yeah, and now like that's a baseline of essentials, I call them. Zinc's going to increase your testosterone, magnesium's going to help your muscles, because you tend to have a bit of a tight back, don't you, and a bit of a shoulder issue. And that's definitely I guess it's definitely improved your back and your shoulder, Gary, you think, during the process?
Yeah, I was surprised because, stepping up, you do step up. Say one of the routines, as I pointed out, an incline press up, I think, because you do it 10 times, it's 100 press ups. And that's just part of one of 6, I think, isn't it? One of 6 different reps in that. So, I was surprised that my body coped with it really well, actually. And I definitely felt as though, we tweaked a few of the exercises because of my back, and I definitely felt it was, it strengthens. It strengthened around my back. So
good, and I think for you, Gary, because you're so into your sports and you keep so active, that keeping what's the word I'm looking for? Keeping maintaining it is important, right? Keeping it strong, keeping it flexible on an ongoing is super important, right? Because you're always doing that sport. So
I think the core stuff in particular, to strengthen your core around you and protect your back. I think we all know it's probably not just about you as you get older, you make a few tweaks with your back, but it definitely the focus on all the core work, I think, helps to strengthen.
And I'll just throw in there, Gary enjoys a nice a couple of drinks now and again, and we still got amazing results with a couple of drinks.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some of your other videos, and obviously some people are very, very, very motivated and have different. I still, I'm 64. I still want to go to the pub with my mates now and again, take the wife out for a meal, and and we did sort of probably compromise a little bit now and again on that. But
it's just good for people to know that honestly, you did everything really well. You exercise a lot and you stay healthy, but you still have a drink now and again. And you can still get amazing results doing that, right? So you got to balance with that kind of stuff. Is if you do enjoy it, it's important.
Yeah,
for sure, absolutely. All right, mate. Thank you for sharing. That's it. That's all the questions, Gary. Probably one more, mate. Is there anyone you would recommend out there, or some type of person or a particular type of person watching that you would recommend for this program?
Well, I suppose I can only relate to the situation I was in, which is, you know, in my early 60s, early to mid 60s, realizing that you probably need to refocus to be able to, you know, get a little bit of muscle mass and better posture, and maybe lose a bit of weight around the areas where you want to lose it, particularly the waist, where you, and as I say, the visceral fat around your organs. So those kind of people, for me, you know, that was obviously the benefit to me, somebody in the 60s who realized that, you know, no pain, no gain. You do have to focus a little bit to really shed the waistline and get your fat levels down.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's not always about going hard and going stupid, and especially like you said, in your 60s, we've got to do this smart.
Yeah.
And keep you rocking, mate. Keep you playing all that sport and keeping you healthy.
Good man. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, listen, Gary, thank you for sharing your story, man, and much appreciated.
No worries. Thanks, Andre. Cheers,
Thanks,
coach.